Mercer tiles are also extensively used throughout the house. Remember, these are 1915 tile prices. $53.25 for the studio floor, $13.50 for the entry porch, $43.92 for the living porch, living room floor and fireplace, $67.84. The fireplace tiles in the studio depicted scenes of angels and music designs and cost $15.10. Grand total $193.61. A small fortune for 1915. On February 4th, 1916, the Ward's daughter, Peggy Cheney Ward, is born. Ward gives his Valentine card to his wife, Maud. As soon as construction on Lemoyne Manor was complete, Ward started the alterations on Moyerdale, H.A. Moyer's home. Mercer tiles and cake glass are added to the house, plus a 3-car garage is built behind the house. This house at 214 Boulder Road was next, built for Albert and Helen Noble. Helen Avery Noble, you might recall, was Maud's lifelong best friend. Her nickname would become Auntie Helen. Ward is off next to Oswego for alterations on St. Paul's Church Parish House, located at 676 East Mohawk Street, originally built in 1871. In 1916, alterations include Mercer fireplaces and cake stained glass. In 1978, the 107-year-old church was torn down. More alterations to do, this time for Harry N. Burhan's house at 2627 East Genesee Street. Number 16 on the National Register. This house for Eamon Sanderson at 112 Scott Home Boulevard. Ward's next commission takes him to Rochester. It's his first trip, but it won't be his last. Ward builds Lemoyne Manor in reverse for Charles and Rutbeck at 310 Maplewood Drive. This leaded glass window is located in the downstairs bathroom. Also, there is leaded glass in the front door, plus leaded glass frame in the front door entrance. Plus, the garage was a part of the house itself. Since the United States entered World War I, construction of houses is practically at a standstill. Just a few houses are built over the next 2 years. The only Ward house built in 1917 is the Edward Hunt House at 2017 East Genesee Street. This Tudor revival is now the Old English Apartments. In 2001, after over 40 years covered with paneling, this Mercer tile fireplace was rediscovered. After working with Ward the last few years, Merton Granger goes off on his own. He builds Toad Hall for Aidan Hoffman at 192 Parkside Avenue in 1917. This shows Ward's influence on this young architect who would be very successful in his own right. This is H.A. Moyer's official 1917 portrait. Here is H.A. Moyer's wife, Rosamond Wilcox, August 28, 1917. H.A. Moyer gets together with 5 out of 6 uncles who are all over 80 years old. The Syracuse Herald newspaper documents the event. During this time, H.A. Moyer has become the distributor of the Stearns Knight automobile. In 1918, Ward builds this house for W.A. Addis at 100 Berkeley Drive. For Mrs. Matthew Snyder, 442 Seymour Street. Job 192 in 1918 for Ward. This house for Irving Wood at Phoenix, New York was not built. Here is Ward's Mason medallion dated April 11th, 1919. Ward was a member of the Royal Arch Order of Masons. Here is Bert and Rita Moyer's daughter, Rosamond Moyer, in her Young Ladies Club with friends Marie Johnson and her sister Irene Johnson. During the war years, Rosamond's brother, Edward Moyer, marries Marie Johnson, Rosamond's friend, May 21st, 1919. When World War I ends, construction jobs in 1919 really start running almost non-stop. Number 17 on the National Register. This house for Judson Clark at 105 Strathmore Drive. Number 18 on the National Register. This house at 2654 East Genesee Street for Fred J. Pullman. Mr. Pullman was also a Moyer car owner. Number 19 on the National Register of Historic Places. This house for Arthur White at 176 Robino Road. Its classical Spanish-style design is truly unique. Its Mercer fireplace highlights the living room of the house. Next, alterations for Donald Day at 209 Highland Avenue. Number 20 on the National Register, 225 Robino Road for H.E. Stoll. The exterior is built of cut gray limestone, with garage built onto the house. Number 21 on the National Register, the George Porter House at 106 Strathmore Drive, a Dutch gabled colonial revival style house. The Mercer fireplace contains a seasons motif, leaded glass on the stairway landing, an original bathtub, also a very neat simple upstairs fireplace. The attached garage is also designed by Ward. 104 Scottholm Terrace for Mrs. Frank Reynolds. 77 Morgan Street in Elion, New York for Dr. Frank Counterman, his home and office. Next, another building for George Corbett, a commercial garage at 805 East Genesee Street. Here is an original watercolor by Ward, designed for Dr. Harry Webb at 255 Robino Road. Here is the house today from different angles. East-West Homes Best by Keck adorns the front door. Note, more Keck leaded glass in the living room windows. Plus a Mercer fireplace with signs of the zodiac in the living room. Job 207 takes Ward back to Rochester, this time for alterations on the Abram F. Nellis house on the corner of East Avenue and Clover Street, and torn down in 1962 for apartment buildings.